Can you believe it? We made it to week 4 of Coach Sassy's Fab Ab Challenge for June. I can't believe our time is almost done. That just means it's time for something new, right? So let's finish out this last circuit. We've gotten through 3. They're getting progressively harder. This one, I hope you're gonna find, is very, very challenging. When I'm looking at the calendar, it looks like your planks were up to a 2-minute plank. If you're holding a 2-minute plank, that's really impressive, especially if you've been using good form. And I hope you're starting to feel that you're standing taller, your shoulder blades are down and back, and that the core is not just the front, it's also the back. So I hope you're feeling like you're really creating that internal corset that we talk about that keeps you looking nice and tight and strong and firm. All right, so let's talk about our exercises for the week. First of all, check out my shirt. I love seeing my burpees. So here we go. Our first exercise is going to be, of course, those upper abdominals, and we're going to change it a little bit today and make it into more of a Pilates-inspired move, a roll-up. But we're going to do it with a weight. Why make it easy? You don't have to use a weight, and I'll show you what it should look like. But I want you to challenge yourself if you feel like, oh, I got this late in the month. All right, so we start down on our back. Keep your legs out nice and straight this time, and I want you to think about lightly imprinting your spine towards that mat and contracting your lower abdominals so you feel that transverse is really flat. Now, you can take your hands up here. What I want you to do is think about, for this roll-up, lifting your hands towards the ceiling to sit straight up, reach up nice and high, and then I want you to contract your abs as you roll down one vertebrae at a time, flat. So up for 2 and back for 2. Now, if you take my class, you know that I do those a lot in class. So let's add a weight. I have 2 different weights. Medium weight, like 5 pounds. Nice and a little heavier, 10. If you have something even heavier than that, go for it. I'll use the 10. And what I want you to see is I'm holding it straight above my head. Push that weight to the ceiling, sit up, and then roll it back down. And I'm going to bring it back to that starting position. Up, and then roll it down, and reset. So you know when you're sitting up for that first time, you feel that contraction right there. Awesome. All right, that is the roll-up. Coach Sassy's roll-up. All right, let's see what's next. We're going to do ins and outs. So, ins and outs. I think this is where we are going to sit. Right here in this little boat pose. These are a little prettier moves today. We're going to roll back off your tailbone a little bit, so you're on your sits, well, not quite on your sits bones, but you're off your tailbone. Point your toes, okay? You don't have to, but I would like you to. Put your hands out to the side so you have some leverage. I want you to extend the legs, bring them back, in and out. Now, if you have exceptional balance, you can start to use your arms to keep you balanced. This is the in and out. All right, so for me, it's like I'm rowing a boat, okay? You can do it at whatever speed you want, but I want you to feel that control, that you're not wobbling and falling all over. So if you're here and you need to go to here and rest and then reset, get your balance, that's okay. But if you can bang them out, get it done, right? All right, ins and outs. That's for our lower abdominal area, because I want you to really think about tucking that pelvis, exhale that air, keep that nice and flat. So let's see, side crunches. We're gonna do some side crunches that are a little different than what you're used to for your obliques today. Again, from my favorite woman in the world, Chalene Johnson. So roll down on your back, knees come up, all right? And what I'm gonna have you do is keep your knees about 90-degree angle, hands behind the head. Oh, no, we'll do it this way. No, well, hands behind the head. I want you to lift your shoulder blades off the floor. I want you to crunch to the side and twist your knees away and back to center. But stay on that side. Really crunch it in there. All right? I like that. Keeping the shoulder blades off the floor is going to activate your upper abdominals while you're crunching the oblique. Then we're going to switch, other side. Okay? Twist away in opposition. Knees go away from the shoulder. You should feel a good tight contraction in there. All right? So those are our sides. So if it says that we're going to do 20 reps, 20 on one side, then 20 on the other. All right? So our last exercise is no longer a plank, but I'm going to turn it into what I always refer to as an army crawl, because it makes me think of crawling under the barbed wire if I was a soldier. All right? So think about that right now as a little warrior. Let me take my sumo burpee shirt off. So I want you to assume your plank, all right, nice and straight and tall. And then we're going to lower down the elbows, all right? And this is what I like about it. You're gonna pull the knee up towards the shoulder and back. Then the other side, that would be 1. 1, 2, okay, and you're gonna feel like, oh, I'm starting to sag. That's not what I want. This is not what I want. Nice and straight. All right, nice and straight. That's the army crawl. Now we always need a bonus round. And because I spent the weekend partying at the pool with the combat crew, how lucky was I? I couldn't believe that even happened. You know, you have moments in your life where you go, is this really happening? Like we're hanging out with Joel and Jericho and Dan in the pool, for real. So I want to put this move in because it's my favorite move from core attack in combat because it's so hard. All right, you know why? Because it's weighted. It doesn't have to be weighted, but anytime you use a weight, let's add a little resistance. All right. So I usually only use a 5-pound weight. Okay, because this is a long exercise. Come on back down to your on your back for the bonus exercise. All right. I want you to start with the weight above your chest. Hands come over the head and the legs will go out to your point of control. You're going to pull it in, crunch, take the weight up over your knees, take it out, and then you're going to lift towards the toes. Now, I've done this in class without a weight, but I really like the weight, all right? So you are going to try to do 10 reps of these, and then you're going to do 10 more, all right? Little break, then 10 more. What do you think? You think you can do it? Now, let me ask you a question. Some of you guys have told me that you really like doing this challenge. That makes me so happy. I had a really great time writing it and designing it. So my thought was, if you would like to do another one, I've had a request for legs. And I think that's very fitting because it's short season. And I know that everyone wants to have a beautiful pair of legs sticking out of their shorts, right? So I think I may do a calendar if I get some good feedback. And if I get the feedback, then I'll know that you watched this video, all right? So if you want the leg challenge, you gotta tell me. And I'll get it set up for July. And then we are gonna be rolling out a new challenge group July 7th. So if you're not in yet, you gotta talk to me and figure out what we're gonna do. Because I know you're not gonna stop right now, right? I mean, I come home all juiced up. I need you to be juiced up too. So watch for my video about that, but I want you to contact me so I know how I can get you set up and get started, all right? So with that, that's how you achieve the Hannah Dynamic. I'll see you next time.